This is for all you American investors out there looking to purchase property in Dubai. What's going on, guys? My name is Joe Butler, and as always, I am bringing you the most informative real estate content in Dubai. If you want to book in a call, follow the link below, and also join my exclusive WhatsApp group for updated property details and deals on the market. Now, guys, this video is intended because I know you guys are out there, you American guys, Canadians, and all those people from that side of the world, because I'm booking a lot of calls with you guys. So I actually wanted to make a video that might help you explain the process a little bit more and might actually help you answer some questions. Now, I'm not going to dive into tax because I know the tax in America can be quite a complicated situation. And personally, that is not my expertise. However, I do have an amazing team. So if you do have any questions regarding tax and moving money, then that is something we can definitely help with. But this video is intended for you guys to understand the process of actually buying the property. So we're going to start with off plan because this is the most common and easiest way to buy property in Dubai. So as you know, if you've watched my previous videos, or maybe you haven't, well, off plan, it's pretty simple. You get in contact with me and we start to find your investment by first of all looking at your budget, location, what your goals are, all the obvious things when it comes to buying a property. And now actually when it comes to the stage of purchasing the property, you don't actually need to do much more other than, well, my job is to get a sales offer from the developer. Now, once I have this sales offer, it'll explain about the details of the property and so forth. Now, what needs to happen from there, you actually need to make a transfer to the developer. Now, I have seen some situations in which American banks have actually frozen accounts when clients have sent money. Now, this is why it's very important. Before we actually get to this stage of making a payment overseas to the Middle East from America, you really need to go and speak to your bank first and tell them and get their advice on what is going to happen, because there's nothing worse than getting really excited about buying a property for the bank to then freeze the account. I had a client a few weeks ago send over $20,000 just as a down payment to the developer. Now, what happened? The bank didn't tell him anything. They stopped all payments, they froze his bank account and told him, we're going to send you a check with all of the money in your account, and that's that. And we're not going to tell you why, but for security reasons, we are closing your account. Now, for me, that was a big shock. I was like, well, I don't like the fact that somebody can actually have control over that. And in that specific situation, it really got me wound up to think that banks have the power and to just do that with no actual reasoning behind what they're doing. I'm sure they have their reasons. In my opinion, maybe it's to stop them moving money out of the country. I don't know. That, again, isn't something I want to delve into because that's not my expertise. But it's just something to be very aware of, that if you are making a transfer to a developer, then you need to be aware of it. Go and speak to your bank, see what they have to say. So anyway, if that process runs smoothly, all what you need to do is send the money and follow the payment plan accordingly. Now, to actually purchase the property from America in Dubai in the off-plan market, you don't actually need to be here. You need to provide us with some basic details: passport copy, email address, phone number, home address, all the simple stuff. But it's generally relatively simple. And again, that's something that I'm going to walk you through anyway, so you don't need to keep watching this video back. But then I know and understand that some of you guys actually want to buy potentially ready properties. Now, there's something that you need to know. There's ready properties and there's off-plan resale, because these two are very similar. So off-plan resale is essentially if somebody like myself has bought off-plan and I plan to flip it and you buy it off me, but it's still not ready. Well, essentially what you're going to do is take over my payment plan, pay me my premium if I'm making a premium, and pay all the additional fees to actually purchase the property. But you need to know that when you're buying something in the off-plan resale, it's still the same process of buying in the secondary market, so the residential ready market, in a sense that you actually need to be in Dubai to do the transfer or appoint a power of attorney, but that is going to come with additional costs. So it is totally up to you in which sense that, you go for this, whether it's off-plan resale or if you were going to go for something residential, you basically need to be in the country. So it's a pretty straightforward process. And again, I will walk you through it. But as I said, guys, it's a pretty straightforward process. Now, what happens after you've purchased the property? Well, at some point you are going to be eligible for a golden visa or an investor visa, depending on how much you spend, which the minimum spend is 750,000 dirhams or 2 million dirhams. So the 750,000 dirhams will get you a 2-year investor visa, and the 2 million dirhams will get you a 10-year golden visa. Now, if you're purchasing off-plan, you won't be eligible to get the visa until this amount of money has been paid off and the property is ready. And if you decide to buy something in the off-plan resale market, it's the same process. You are still buying it off-plan, but from somebody. Until you have actually spent the money and the property is ready, you still cannot apply for that visa. However, if you buy something in the ready market, then as long as you are not taking financing and you're paying in full cash, then you are eligible for the visa. Now, when it comes to financing as well, well, because let's say you do want to buy something in the ready market, then you need to consider that you are only going to be eligible for around 50% financing, maybe up to 60%, depending on the bank we choose to lend, but you are going to be subject to quite high interest rate. Now, as far as I'm aware, America already has pretty high interest rates, so that's not going to be any shock to you, but we can, and it is definitely possible, so long as your books and your accountancy are all up to date and you've got a good track record of earning an income. If you're a business owner, they may ask for around 12 or let's say 6 to 12 months bank statements. And then if you're on a salary, which is actually a bit more straightforward, they just look at your salary certificate. And as any mortgage would actually look, they would obviously look at your incomings and outgoings, simple stuff, okay? So guys, to wrap this video up here, it's very possible for you American investors to get into this thriving market. But as I said, you just need to consider whichever bank you choose, you just need to make sure that they are going to be okay with the transaction. Number two, when it comes to tax, obviously Big Sam is the guy that's going to know, especially with overseas transactions, about certain things. So in that specific case, you can either reach out to us and we will find the answer for you. Alternatively, you can go to your local accountancy and they can advise what the best way to buy property in the Middle East is, because to be honest, I'd actually say 60% of my clients are Americans right now, and it's not too difficult. And then number three, of course, property financing can be available for you guys, even though you are not living in the country, but you're only going to be eligible for around 50 or 60%, and you are going to be subject to higher interest rates. So guys, if you are interested in building your portfolio here in Dubai, because again, this is a place where people are now making and capitalizing on a thriving market. So now is the time to get into somewhere. And not only that, it's extremely safe compared to the UK or America. Trust me guys, this place is extremely safe. So if you need any more information, please contact me and I'll be very excited to help you out and build your investment portfolio here in Dubai.